Hello everyone, how you doing? And welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic day. And now today, we're going to be speaking about a topic which has been pretty much discussed by every other creator at this point, and that is good old YouTuber merchandise. Now, YouTuber merchandise, whether you hate it or whether you love it, at this point, it is absolutely everywhere. It does seem at this point that most YouTubers have their own merchandise line, and that is pretty much because, you know, the good old YouTube ad revenue, it's just not what it used to be, so YouTubers outsource to other forms of income, and that is mainly YouTuber merchandise. And with all the YouTuber merchandise being dropped throughout the entire platform, there is this one specific woman that I have personally spoken about quite a lot, as she has released what could be regarded as very questionable merchandise. And the reason this merchandise is very questionable is because she has released ghostwritten books without telling her audience that the books are ghostwritten. She's released £50 advent calendars, you know, all of this good stuff. So who am I actually talking about? Well, in fact, I am talking about the Z-Dog herself, Zoella. Now, Zoella is a content creator like myself on YouTube. She has millions of subscribers, and I know that personally because most of them dislike my videos. So Zoella to me is very interesting. Sounded just a little bit creepy, but you know what I mean. But at this point in the year of 2018, it does feel like whatever Zoella does, she is just going to be criticised for. Zoella could do charity work and she would be criticised. Zoella could solve the Britain's European Union crisis and people would say, oh, well, you know, she's just doing that because she's a Tory and she just wants to help out her good old buddy, Theresa May. I mean, at this point, I'm pretty convinced that if Zoella solved world hunger and she made the world just in general a happier place, Paul Joseph Watson would come out the cupboard, he'd get his map out and he would just call Zoella a Corbynite sympathising communist. I mean, I just don't think this woman can do anything without being criticised. And at this point, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, this is a bit ironic, Nabber. You are one of the people, you are one of them pricks that does not stop criticising Zoella. And yeah, you're right, I am one of those people. But most of the criticism for Zoella is actually kind of justified. But fast forward to October 2018 and Zoella has found herself in hot water once more because she has had the audacity to release another book. Zoella's book scam revealed. Scamella strikes again. Zoella's worst career move yet. Don't buy Zoella. Is Zoe's new book really a scam? Now, if I'm being fully honest here, when I saw these videos floating about, I did think to myself, well, you know, there's another 1 million views for Jack, mate. But then I took a look at the videos and I have to say, I actually disagree with pretty much every single one. I know, shock horror, iNabber doesn't believe that Zoella has scammed her fans. What a world we live in. 2018 is finally complete, but that doesn't mean that I don't have a problem with this book. Now, first off, I am just going to address my problems with this book, and then I'm going to go into why I don't believe that this book is actually a scam. Now, I actually went out and I did my own research. I went out and I bought this book because I don't personally believe you can truly get an understanding of YouTuber merchandise until you buy it yourself or, you know, you watch a Jackmate or iNabber review. But what I discovered with this book is that the problem doesn't actually lie with the content inside the book. The problem actually lies on Zoella's YouTube channel. And the reason for that is basically because when I first discovered this book that Zoella had released, I personally believed it was either going to be some form of autobiography, a fictional book, or even an arts and crafts book, or even just a combined three. And the reason for that is because of a YouTube video Zoella actually released. She uploaded one of her traditional vlogs on a YouTube channel called Surprised, Book Delivery, and Cozy Evenings. And this video was the first I actually had seen of this book, and I was quite surprised because the book wasn't actually like her old book, Girl Online. Well, not her old book, but kind of her old book. I mean, you know what I mean. It was nothing like it. It was something a bit different. It seemed unique. So I'm just going to roll the clip now and you can have more of an understanding of what I'm actually talking about.
You automatically get entered into a competition to win 2 tickets to come down to Brighton and do a workshop with me and a special guest. Basically, I'm doing an entire day of 4 workshops, so there'll be 20 people in each workshop. So if you win, you can bring along a friend or a relative or somebody else that you'd like to bring, and the workshops are all themed around the seasons in the book. So we'll have a summer workshop, a spring workshop, an autumn workshop, and a winter workshop. So we could be decorating pumpkins, making autumn wreaths, or decorating gingerbread houses. We've not completely nailed each workshop, but we've been going through all the options, and there are some really, really lovely things. And within each workshop, I'm going to ask someone else who features in the book with me, whether that's a friend or a family member, to come along and do that too. It's just like a really nice, intimate setting where I get to meet and chat to you, you get to meet and chat to me, and we can create something really cool at the same time. And it also just fits so perfectly with the book. I'm so excited for it. It's just, again, it's just something a little bit different that I really, really wanted to do, and also just reflects the book.
Now, don't get me wrong, people. I think what she's doing in this clip is genuinely quite nice. I can give her full credit here. She's interacting with her fans. She's doing nice things. It's all good. And when I first saw this, I thought, great. I'm gonna do some arts and crafts. There's gonna be some stuff I can actually do. But then I purchased the book and I realised it's just a glorified cooking book. Now, this book is pretty much structured on the 4 different seasons of the year: spring, summer, autumn and winter. And I've been going through each season and reading some of the pages, and it's basically just Zoella's mini life story, and then she'll give some random recipe at the end of it. And not necessarily on the first hand, that isn't exactly a problem, but my problem lies with that she's pretty much hyped this up like some big creative masterpiece which allows you to do all these fun things which you can have workshops with your friends with, when in reality you're just going to be cooking a Bakewell tart. When I saw the video she uploaded, I genuinely believed and hoped that it would be something innovative, something different to what a YouTuber has released in the past, something creative, something fun. But the reality of the matter is that every single page on this book you can pretty much find on Pinterest. It's something that I genuinely have a problem with a lot of YouTuber merch. They hype it up like they've put a lot of thought, effort and time into it, when in reality there hasn't been much time put into it whatsoever. And I would genuinely just prefer them to say, yeah, here's my merch. But let's be real here, people. If Zoella came out and said, yeah, I haven't put any time in this book whatsoever, there's not much creativity there, and it's pretty much just a cooking book, it's not going to get any sales, is it? In fact, it's going to get pretty much no sales whatsoever. So for that reason alone, I don't think that this book is much of a scam. I think not putting much time into your merchandise doesn't make you a scammer. It just pretty much makes you a cheap businessman. And as I said, I've seen a lot of videos basically calling Zoella out for this cooking book, saying that she scams her fans, calling her scamella. Yeah, funny meme, Zoella scams her fans, Zoella's evil, Zoella's pretty much the Thanos of YouTube. What? I mean, can you imagine that in the next Avengers? It turns out Thanos isn't actually the bad guy in Avengers 4. It actually turns out to be Zoella is the bad guy, and she's here to scam half of... This joke wasn't really that funny, was it? Now, I've got my first reason out there about why I don't think this is a scam, and now I'm going to move on to the second reason. And the second reason actually lies on the front cover of the book. The front cover of the book pretty much says a seasonal guide to hosting any occasion and making a memory out of every day. And now, to be fair to this book, it's not saying that it's going to be revolutionary and it's going to change your life. It's not saying it's going to be a biblical religious piece that is going to change everyone's lives. It's just doing what it says on the tin. And to be fair, it's not much, but it's something. Did Zoella overhype this book? I mean, of course she overhyped it. I can't open this book and suddenly know how to create a space shuttle. I obviously can't do that, but what I can do is I can follow instructions to cook some gingerbread man. Please don't be offended by that. I know a lot of people in this world are upset by the term gingerbread man, but in this house, we stan gingerbread woman, gingerbread neutral. You know, we love gingerbread. In this house, all gingerbread lives matter. What? Alright, but moving on to one of the other reasons to why people believe this is a scam is mainly because of the price of this book. And again, I completely disagree, because this book actually is quite nice. The design of it is pretty, it's quite sturdy, and there are a lot of pages in this book. There is a lot of recipes and opinions from Zoella and little mini stories, so I can actually see the appeal to this book. So it being around £10 to £15, I genuinely don't have a problem with that. And the thing is, Zoella is a businesswoman, and that doesn't mean we can't criticize her for the previous things she's done, because she has done some shitty things. She has released overpriced stuff, such as an advent calendar being £50, where you can buy most of the stuff in the calendar for around £2, and you don't even know what you're getting in the calendar. But with this book, you're getting a lot of content. There's a lot of stuff there. It may be stuff rewritten from Pinterest, but it is a lot of content. There are a lot of recipes, and there are a lot of things about Zoella's life in there. So honestly, I don't think it's a scam, and I like taking the piss. I do love taking the piss out of any form of YouTuber merchandise, but with this, I I just can't. When you go and take a look at the prices of other cookbooks on Amazon and other seasonal guides, it's all around the same price between £10 and £20. Now, to be fair, this book isn't probably selling as well as Zoella expected it to. In fact, in some stores, the price has actually been halved. So it's obviously not a masterpiece. But it does actually move on to a question that I have personally been thinking for a long time, which is, do we hate YouTubers just to hate, and do we cloud our judgment based on who that YouTuber actually is? Now, obviously that is fine with a few YouTubers such as Onision, who has actually accused other YouTubers of being pedophiles, but I think with Zoella, it is a bit unfair. She has done a lot of shitty things, but I think most YouTubers have done some shitty things in their past. Now, I'm not putting myself on some form of moral fucking pedestal here. I don't think that's the right thing to do, but I do believe that if everyone, including myself, just criticize somebody for everything they do, then when something actually bad happens, we won't be able to notice it because we'll just be memeing it, or we'll just be chatting shit like we do with everything this certain person does. We'll begin to ignore actual bad things because we'll think, oh well, it's Zoella, it's Alfie Days, they're Tories. Like, I think we really need to start focusing on general issues. And I know it's all a subject of opinion, but this is my opinion. And a lot of people will again be thinking, well, this is kind of ironic because you made a lot of videos talking about her advent calendar. And I've admitted in the past that I genuinely went over the top about that, and I have apologized. That isn't who I am. People can change their opinions. I'm not saying the advent calendar wasn't overpriced. The advent calendar was dog shit. The things inside the advent calendar were shit. My opinion isn't going to change on that, but I think we do go a little bit over the top on this website. YouTubers like me can sometimes just reach slightly. I've read parts of this book. Obviously, I haven't read the full thing, and I can confirm it's pretty nice. It's pretty sweet. It's quite big. It's quite sturdy. It's not exactly creative, and it is a glorified cooking book, but it's definitely no £50 advent calendar, and it's definitely not Zoella's worst ever career choice. But to conclude this video, I do have my problems with this book, mainly being that Zoella hyped this up to be some form of arts and crafts book, but in reality, we pretty much just got Pinterest put into a book. I don't necessarily think this is a scam, and I think a lot of YouTubers are going overboard with this because at the end of the day, talking shit on Zoella does get views. We all know it. We all love it. It is funny. I think a lot of the videos made on her are genuinely quite funny. I just disagree. And if you did come into this video with the opinion that this book is actually a scam and you still haven't changed your opinion on that, well, that's fair enough. That is your opinion and I will respect that. But I do have to ask the question of, is all YouTuber merchandise a scam? Is Shane Dawson's merchandise a scam? Is PewDiePie's merch a scam? Is I'm Alex's merchandise a scam? I think the idea of YouTubers making profit off their audience does sound scary and it does sound evil, but in reality, isn't that just what every other business does? Do I get mad at Marvel for creating cheap plastic action figures which resemble somebody in the Avengers, which they know children are obviously going to buy? Of course not. With most action figures from any comic book franchise, they're not exactly that expensive and I don't believe they're a scam. So the same can be said for any form of YouTuber merchandise. If it's fairly priced in your subjective opinion, then I don't think it's a scam. An advent calendar for £50 is quite questionable, but a big sturdy book with a lot of pages and a lot of information for £10? I don't think that's a scam. So I'm going to end this video by saying dread it, run from it, but YouTuber merch will always be the biggest talking point on YouTube. Now, I'd love to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on this topic. Do you think all YouTuber merch is a scam? Do you think this book is a scam? Do you disagree with me? If you do disagree with me, then that's welcome. I would love to see why. You can let me know in the comment section. You can let me know at Twitter, at iNabber TV, and you can also let me know at Instagram. And before I end the video, I am going to thank my good old Patreons. Big thanks to Alice, Anna, Arista, Bugger Badger, Chamskull, Creepypasta Rob, Cubeson, Dinky Dino L, Evelyn, Henry, Inochi, In My Shoes, Henry, Jessica, Joe, Catherine, Lisa, Majestic, Michaela, Mary, Maya, Max, Mal, Michelle, Michael, Nicole, Olivia, O'Reilly, Regan, Rockstar, Sadie, Scrubby, Cedestina, Speedbird, Tonji, Tristan, Uncle Ted, Zerify, Zombie Says Quinn, Clarissa, Sophie, Bridge, Samuel, Angelina, Mars, and Vega. Thank you so much for pledging to the Patreon. If you do want to support me on the Patreon, the links will all be in the description. And don't forget to drop a like on this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. I have pretty much quoted Thanos a lot on this, I think, especially just now. But I'm going to end this and probably go watch some Marvel. So, see you later, people, and have a lovely evening. Peace.